Hello and welcome to this first in a series of replays that I'm going to be posting to YouTube, hopefully regularly, time permitting. They're going to be divided into two categories. There's going to be showcase matches like this one, and there's going to be clinic matches where I try and help people with a problem that they're having. So, as I said, this one's going to be a showcase match. The player in question is Killerbin. And Killerbin is a recent addition to the EU community contributor program for World of Warships. He's an ex-super tester, veteran of the game. He's played in multiple King of the Sea tournaments, playing for Throw, the clan that we're both in. And today he's playing the Massachusetts Tier 8 Premium American Battleship. And the odds are in his favor. Let's just say that. So we're here on Haven, which is actually one of my favorite maps. I think it's a very dynamic map, the way the caps are laid out, especially in this arrangement. There is a tier 6 carrier, so that's probably not going to be bothering him too much with his American Battleship AA. There are a couple of threats. So there's Alabama, Massachusetts, and Veneto, all of which reasonably nasty. But there's a few squishy targets as well. There's a Normandy, there's a Texas, there's four cruisers, there's a Hippo, Mogami, a Surrey, and a Kite Down. And then there's two destroyers. And on this map, because of the way the caps are laid out, as long as you know where they are, you can do a pretty good job of avoiding. Because unless you're in one of these little spaces in the caps and between the islands, it's usually reasonably easy to predict where the torps are going to be and dodge them. So, and Killerbin is a very experienced battleship player, and he shouldn't have too much trouble with that. Now, as he approaches this corner, this is a very dangerous corner, and you have to watch out, especially if you're in a battleship and you're spotted, you have to watch out because you've got things in front of you, which of course you need to angle to, including maybe destroyers who've got over here early. But you also are going to have battleships who are going to the other side who are in range. And like that Alabama who's just fired. So Killerbin's going to have to keep an eye on that. He's going to have to turn in to avoid any volleys coming from the other side of the map. That doesn't usually last too long, because those ships usually disappear off to the other cap fairly quickly. But it doesn't mean that he's had to slow his progress down here a little bit to turn in. So he's not going to want to end up jammed right up behind this island, because then he's not going to be able to do very much. So he's going to want to get into a position where he can shoot these lower tier ships and the cruisers. So there's a smoke screen off to the left there. So that's one of the two enemy destroyers. It's either a Gator or a Fubuki. So he'll be watching out for torps. And he's definitely not going to want to cross this gap just in front of him right now, because there might be torpedoes coming. It's a Gator. Ernst Gator right in front of him, just there. 5 kilometers, definitely inside torp range. Normandy making a lovely turn here. He's got all his guns on. Now, a little spoiler alert, Killerbin is going to do something in this match that I have never actually achieved. And that is, he is going to get 8 kills. Somehow, during this match, which I haven't watched before, by the way, so this is my first proper view. I had a quick skim through, so I know vaguely what's going to happen, but this is my first proper sit down and watch this game. So at some point during this game, he's going to get 8 kills. He's also going to end up with an incredible base XP score. I have seen higher base XP scores, but not often, for sure. Okay, here comes some torps from the Gator as it escaped it through the torps town. Killerbin anticipating those quite nicely and turning away from them. Little rear turret, as we all know, the rear turrets are the most accurate. He gets a lovely 3 shell volley there onto the Gator. And we are watching Killerbin's camera movements, by the way, just so we know what he's focusing on. So, just bear that in mind. I might take control of the camera if there's something that I want to look at. Okay, Abruzzi just noping out. Killerbin in true Killerbin style. Going full W here. There is a Normandy coming around on the right-hand side. It looks like the Fubuki might be dealing with that. Some more torps coming from the destroyer. Killerbin turning in lovely there. 27,000 damage on the counter. No kills as yet. Okay, Texas. Lovely broadside there from the Texas. This might be a nice shot. No, disappointing. Disappointing. I don't think a single shell landed then. That's pretty incredible. There we go. Rear turrets for the win. Or rear turret for the win. Those guys in the back there, they're the most experienced gunners for some reason. I don't know why. It's always true. Getting a Citadel on the Texas, but Texas turning away. Surprisingly, Killerbin didn't go for the shot on the Gator there. I guess he just wants to... Oh, maybe he's relying on his secondaries for the Gator. That's brave. Wow, I'm impressed that that paid off. I'm not sure I would have taken that risk. Okay, the Vesa getting a couple of torps on there, getting a flug. Killerbin does a damage control and a heal. He's got an Alabama broadside. He's got the Surrey kiting away. So that's 1 kill. 2 kills. That's his second close quarters expert as well. Of course, Massachusetts does have great secondaries. Killerbin sitting in the middle of the cap, looking to get maybe that kill on the Hipper. Oh, the secondaries are lobbing that island really nicely. Okay, Killerbin intentionally, I think, using the island to stop and reverse. Just in case he can get a shot on any of these other ships over on the decap. Or the Hipper. Vesa coming with AP bombs from a really weird angle here. Probably not going to do an awful lot. Yeah, nothing. Okay, he's got a moment of peace here. Maybe to grab the cap while he waits for something else to come into sight. This Vesa really doesn't want him to cap. Maybe he can lob this island. So Massachusetts can lob islands pretty well. There is another. The enemy Massachusetts is actually behind him, although currently covered by the island. Ooh, maybe a nice little shot here on the Megami. Yeah, here comes Massachusetts. 5 seconds on the cap. No reset from the Massachusetts. Oh, that was less than a second. Less than a second on the clock there for the cap. Vesa also spotted. Kite down doing the bomb drops. Killerbin accelerating away from that bomb drop. Currently up to 87,000 damage. He's got support here from 2 cruisers in the cap. Nürnberg just behind him, Megami. Nice broadside of Massachusetts. No Citadels, but some good damage there. 3 overpens, 2 pens. That takes him over 100,000 damage. But wait, he's only just getting started. You look at this and you think, yeah, this is a pretty good match. Yeah, he's had a good game. Oh, he's barely started. Right. So he gets a shot out here at the Massachusetts over the island. Only the rear turrets go past, unfortunately. But let's see what that does. Massachusetts already running what's like 3 fires. No fire prevention. Is he going to get the kill? No. Does not get the kill on the Massachusetts. So this could have easily been a 9-kill game. But not quite getting the shells on. He's currently running a double fire. Getting some secondaries onto the cruiser, who is trying once again to bomb, but not quite giving enough lead. This is something I'm struggling with right now, is trying to work out how much lead to give with those bombs. Okay, 125,000 damage. His team have pretty good map control. They control A and C. They effectively control B, although no one's actually managed to cap it. Not quite sure why the 2 cruisers aren't capping. I think they're just chasing the carrier, which... not surprising, but disappointing. Okay, cruiser going to come into sight here. Yep, there he is. Ooh, that's not a position you want to be in with a Massachusetts shooting at you. Are we going to see a dead kite down? No, not quite. Rear turrets for the win, again. Rear turret saves the day. The secondary's going in as well. Yep. Rear turrets get their third kill, I think. Carrier coming back. This Vesa really doesn't like Killerbin being in that cap. Mogami making a lovely turn there as he gets his front turrets away. They're up to 3 kills so far, 137,000 damage. No hits on the Mogami. Will Killerbin ever get this cap? That's the question. Vesa is spotted being chased by these 2 cruisers. Killerbin obviously having to stay in cap because they've just chased the carrier. He's just approaching 2 million potential here, 1.96. Shells out on the Vesa. Just clipping the back end there. Yep, and we do get the kill. So that's an AA defense expert and a Confederate for the trouble of being harassed by that carrier. But Killerbin does get revenge on the carrier for 4 kills. He's only halfway done. He's only halfway done right now. There are 4 ships remaining on the enemy team. And he is going to kill every single one of them. So we've got an Alabama, a Veneto, a Mogami, and a Surrey. $146,000 damage. I'm pretty sure we'll see him go over 2 million potential. There's the Mogami, there's the Kraken, and a high caliber. Surrey very obligingly. I mean, let's be honest, right? To have a match like this where you get 8 kills, the enemy has to be fairly cooperative. And this is just like a shooting gallery. It's like going to a fairground and you just see all these broadside cruisers. Lovely there. Killerbin, you know, but it does take some skill. Like, I'm not trying to detract from what Killerbin is doing. You know, it does take some skill to recognize where these ships are likely to go and put yourself in a good position to intercept them. You know, I think doing very well in this game, a lot of it is to do with exploiting other people's lack of awareness. So that, you know, a big chunk of the skill is outthinking other people, basically. Having better situational awareness, better positioning, better planning. Okay, Killerbin just hiding his ship there behind the rock. Only the nose poking out, just waiting for the guns to come past the headland. Alabama giving a beautiful broadside there. If this Alabama turned nose in, it would be able to tank much better. Not even looking at Killerbin, despite the fact that he's spotted, and has been for the entire match. Unfortunately, no citadels, but 12,000 odd damage. That takes Killerbin up to 179,000 damage. Alabama's still completely ignoring Killerbin. And in an American battleship, broadsiding like this is not a good idea if you've got a battleship shooting at you. You'll notice that Killerbin is not getting greedy and bringing his back gun round. He's staying nice and nose in, preserve those hit points, exploit the battleship that's just giving you its broadside. 184,000 damage, 6 kills. Secondaries going off there on the Alabama. Alabama's secondary starting to return fire. Of course, Alabama's secondary is no match for the Massachusetts. Sets of fire with those secondaries. The damage is going to start ticking. He's probably going to start edging up towards 2 million potential now. Here comes the shells. Yep, there we go. 2,600,000 potential. Probably going to cross 200k damage in a second. Okay, Bin just being a little bit cheeky here, getting that back gun round. noticing that the Alabama is aiming elsewhere for some reason. And he can bring his back round to hide his broadside. Although it doesn't quite manage to get back round. Firing the front guns. Nice little volley there on the superstructure. Another fire with the secondaries. That's 4 fires on the Alabama, I think. So those hit points are going to be ticking away pretty quickly. Don't think Killerbin's going to need another volley. Nope. Gets the kill with fires from the secondaries. That is 7 kills, 220,000 damage. Here comes the Veneto. There is, of course, the threat of the Icarus over there as well for the Veneto. And, of course, the Serov is still alive. Serov not doing very much with bombs. Veneto popping a heal. Now, Killerbin doesn't need to move forward here. This Veneto is trapped in the cap with the Icarus. Veneto popping a plane to try and spot Bin as he comes around the corner. Veneto is just going for it, which, you know, fair enough. In the situation that the enemy team is in, you might as well try. So, Bin stopping tracking. Killing a gun. Or disabling a gun. And then using, again, the rear turrets to get a double citadel and the 8th kill. 8 kills. And this means that Killerbin had 247,050 damage, 8 kills, and an astonishing XP score of 3,540, as well as mediocre 41 plane kills on top of it because of the Vesa. So, fantastic game from Killerbin there. Thank you very much for submitting that, Ben. That's going to be the first of our showcase matches. We will have some more showcases and some clinics coming soon. There will be details of when and how you can do that in my Discord server. If you're already in there, you'll be already aware of that. The link for the Discord server will be down in the description of the video. Please make sure you read the instructions carefully when you join that Discord server. And you can find the links to Killerbin's channel. He streams on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays generally. Mixture of World of Warships and War Thunder. You can find me at twitch.tv/StatsBloke. I stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. World of Warships, War Thunder, and a few other games as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you again soon.